Welcome back to another video. So now let us continue where we have left off. In our previous video, we have completed our DAO layer and our service layer, and we have completed all the thread method. Now in today's video, what are we going to do is we are going to implement the REST API for getting customer detail by ID and saving our customer detail. Moving forward, I just need to make sure that I have already purged my information inside my database, because those information we have inserted based on or using our SQL script. Now what are we going to do is we are going to insert the record or post the record using our REST API. So now let us quickly jump in and create our method get mapping. So why we need get mapping? Get mapping will get us the value by ID. We need to pass the ID and then we'll fetch the customer information. And here we are using path variable. This will be public method customer details sign up, and it will be a path variable. In our REST starting videos we have covered path variable, and there is one more thing pinned down in the comment section. What was the other thing we can use? And then we will just simply return call our customer service dot find by ID, and then simply find by ID, and then simply pass our customer detail sign up ID. Simple, very simple, only 2 lines, because we have already done most of the heavy loaded work in our layer. Now we'll have post mapping. Always make sure you define proper mapping, because sometimes people use request mapping, which is not wrong, but it is also not right. Always do the right thing, or a better way of writing your code. This is also public method customer detail sign up, and we will customer detail sign up. We will just change it. So we will make it C. Here also let us never ever define your method name inside your endpoint. Never ever. That is very silly mistake. Beginners do it, even experienced people also do it, but I am telling you that never ever do this mistake. It is having no impact, but it doesn't look, means you are just doing it, you don't know what you are doing actually. Anyhow, so we'll return also same thing, customer service dot save method, and then we need to pass our customer detail sign up object, and we will return it, whatever it will return to us, or whatever it has saved. So now let us save it, and let us run our application. Let us close all those classes and interfaces. Now right click, run our application, and let's see is it started properly or not. I think what we should do is that we should stop our server. Okay, leave it. Let us see what is returning. Okay, it is returning nothing. And now what are we going to do is we are going to just duplicate it, and then it will be get, so it will get based on ID, and we need to pass ID. So right now we don't have any ID, because it's empty basically, because so we will create one more, we'll duplicate it. Okay, and what are we going to do is we are going to change it to post, because we need to first insert it, and only we are going to update it. So this is post, and this also will just rename it, and it come to our body, and then we need to, it will be a JSON, we accept JSON basically. Now let us quickly define our value. Okay, and let us define our user ID, which was, actually I should have created this earlier, but anyhow we can use shortcut, but it's better for you to type, because if you copy paste in actual environment you need to type it. You cannot run away from typing. Okay, so now we will save it. This is post mapping. Okay, we need to make sure that our sign up has no information. No? This table is empty because I have deleted the record before I think starting this video. So now what are we going to do is we will fire our API and see whether our record is saved in our database or we got any error. Let us see. Perfect. Did you see what happened? And did you notice one more thing? We did one typo and we got an error, but the error is acceptable. Perfect. So did you see what happened? We passed our ID, means ID is created based on our automatic generation annotation, generated value. Now email ID, first name came, last name does not came, last name went empty, and our ID and our username already inserted. We haven't inserted this value using this script, SQL script we have inserted via our API. It's not a rocket science, but for those who are beginners, definitely you are learning good thing here, and it's a practice for you. Now what mistake we did? Our field name is wrong. We need to have it as the last name, and was lowercase, that's why it went wrong. So now we can also insert one more Elon. Okay, let us do it. Elon can have, there are, okay, we will in future we'll play around, let us keep it that way. User ID is same for Elon, username is also same, but Elon can have one more email. Elon can have one more account using another email. So this is what Gmail do the tracking, means, because sometimes we create multiple email IDs from same laptop, they still knows that it is the same person using multiple account, and you have account linkage and all those things. So couple of IDs are always linked to each other, that's why those things happen. Okay, let us insert it. So we insert second time, we get another idea. You see we are returning new thing, and we will come to our DB, we will run our query. Perfect. So now must came in. Earlier it was none, and right now it was. It's a good thing, right? One of the scenarios test cases is covered. Now we need to test our get by ID or find by ID API as well, because we built two API today. One is get by find by ID, and another is save. So now we will fire our to see what it will return to us. Okay, something is wrong. It is telling me that customer API v1 customer /1 not found. Okay, the reason it is saying it is not found, we need to debug it. Why it is telling me that it unable to find by ID. Okay, you see we did a typo here. It is not, it is singular, not plural basically. So we have two options. Either we will, for now we will just use it, we'll correct later on just to make sure that it is working, because I need to restart our server. Okay, you see it is working. It's just that we'll correct this in our next video. Okay, so now you could see we'll change the ID and it is giving me the value. Now if we change the ID which is not present in our database, then it is returning. So we'll cover a lot of scenarios. These are also, I will not leave you behind only seeing, oh yeah, we can fetch it. No, we also need to understand that if I pass this ID and I want to return something else, I want to return some value, some different JSON or those kind of things. Or there is one more thing. Right now the ID is means we can also pass alphanumeric value. See, did you understand what went wrong? Yeah, so there are so many things for me to cover. Just subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Thank you for now.